Top Loader, and you are watching the Spacies show.
Spacies.
G'day invaders, welcome to Spacies. This is episode number 15 of the Spacies show. Why am I looking at Cameron? There we go. That's better.
Great.
Well, episode number 15 of the Spacies show, and I am joined by Cameron Hans. How you doing? Wacko Jacko.
Top of the Monty.
You were just biting your nails. Are you that nervous?
No. I'm good.
And this thing. the ketchup puddle himself. This is Retrokaiser himself, and once again, you got to do the stand up. Otherwise, people will be like, "What's going on?" It gets a bit ruder as you stand up more. That's just, what's that? 100% natural.
It kind of looks like a mini dress on me, honestly.
No artificial colouring in this one.
Oh, natural.
And the long and the short story of this episode is that episode number 15 originally got recorded last month, and due to me stuffing up not wearing these and the guests not wearing headphones, the audio was unusable. So it's now regarded as the lost episode. So this is the new episode 15. I'll be getting Top Hat Chat back on for another episode. We also, I won't be interacting with the chat too much, so please bear with me because there's like so many moving parts, but we do have Dr. G in on the chat, and Dr. G saying, I always think the ketchup bottle costume is Cubit.
Cubit?
Yeah, I could see that. I could, hang on, let me go back to you.
Oh, shoot.
That's not how it goes, but okay.
Yeah, it looks a bit more ruder when it's like that. It sort of looks like an erect volcano.
It's not the volcano part that got me cracked up there. It's the other word. Okay. Yeah. Bad choice of word. Okay, so we are loaded up with 10 questions from that previous episode. But before we do that, you guys have all been on this show in the past. So we don't have to ask you the intro questions. Yes, it's been too long for you, Wacko Jacko. I'm going to have quiet words with you later. Cameron, we'll start with you first. What are you currently playing at the moment?
I have been playing Animal Crossing New Horizons.
You didn't say Sea of Thieves.
Sea of Thieves.
Why do you lie?
I was going to say that next. I said Sea of Thieves and Animal Crossing New Horizons, Sea of Thieves, and also I've been playing Conker's Bad Fur Day again, just for fun.
Oh, all right.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
are you playing it on the Xbox One? The
Yes,
rare
yes,
replay?
I got the I got the I shouldn't call it whatever. I've been playing Conker's Bad Fur Day, but it was actually the other one, the Conker Live and Reloaded. But I do have Conker's Bad Fur Day over there in the cabinet, and I want to play that one again too because I like comparing them both to see, and I know that the 64 one is much better.
Okay, but just once again, you're not playing Sea of Thieves.
I am playing Sea of Thieves. I played that last night.
Religiously.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to give up on using this Stream Deck. It is just not responding in time. I did the dun 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 10 seconds ago, and it only just kicked in then.
The Animal Crossing one has taken up a lot of my time there. So that's why
yes, that is a major time
Except
sink.
not for me, because I time travel.
Like you say that like it's a good thing.
Yeah, great.
You shouldn't be too proud of that.
I'm the one who
You shouldn't be too proud of that. Okay, and we'll move on to Wacko Jacko. If I can get over.
What
Okay.
do you want? What do you think I've been playing? Any guesses?
Guitar?
I mean, you're not wrong. That's true.
Usually it's Splatoon with you.
Yeah, right. But yeah, also like Cameron said, I'm playing a lot of Animal Crossing as well. Yeah, it's the second game I've ever played in the Animal Crossing series since the Wii U game. Let's all go to the city, folks. So yeah, I've been playing a lot of that recently, but also doing shiny hunting irregularly in Pokemon Sword and Shield. So
Oh, nice.
You
Yeah,
sit
I'm
there
going
for ages, catching the same
What,
thing
sorry?
over and over again, in the hope that you catch a shiny version of that same thing over and over again.
it's yeah, I mean it's all luck based, but like my luck sometimes has been very questionable in the way that like it's been really good.
What are the odds of catching a shiny?
It depends, like if you have shiny charm or not. So like, full odds is like one in 4,000. And then,
And you're
like,
happy with those
shiny
odds?
charm-
How happy are you with those odds?
Yeah. So yeah, but like there's heaps of methods you can make that chance easier. Like so it goes from one in 4,000 to like 1 in 500 or 1 in 400 or something. So it's pretty good. It
Okay.
takes time, but like yeah, all games take time.
How far into Animal Crossing have you unlocked the town hall or anything like that yet? What have you got going so far?
So I've got the full-on museum, town hall, Nook's Cranny. I've got 2 bridges, third one under construction. I think I've got 4 or 5 villages.
Okay.
Yeah, it seems like a slow progress because I really want to get the island design thing where you can make paths and stuff. And you can,
You think that you're slow. My wife is the town mayor, so to speak. They don't call her a town mayor, but essentially she's the lead because she's player 1 and I'm player 2. I have to just hang off what she's doing. I can't. I have no control.
God have mercy.
Yeah, and she's like, it took her a week to realize that the pole allows you to jump over the river. That's what we're dealing with here. A non-gamer.
It's called
So,
a pole.
yes. All right.
Vault.
Now we're going to get over to the tomato sauce man. Retrokaiser, what are you playing at the moment?
I'm probably the only one in the world that's not playing that Animal Crossing game right now.
Oh.
I need my
No,
dun dun dun
it's-
button.
Dun, dun, dun!
So, well, what are you playing?
Well, I'm not up to this one yet, but I have been powering my way through the Yakuza series.
Hey, I was so tempted to get that.
I started with Yakuza Kiwami. What? So it makes me sound like I've got a speech impediment trying to pronounce Konami. But
Konami? Kiwami.
Kiwami, which means extreme or something in Japanese.
Is it, it was only $40, that collection. It wasn't that expensive. Yeah, it's not that expensive, is it?
It was like $100 in Australia.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Maybe I'm thinking of something else that got released just recently. There was a Yakuza
Maybe
game
the
that...
download versions.
No. There was a physical version of one of these Yakuza games because there's so many now. It's just
There's only one probably you saw for $40.
maybe.
Yeah, I started with-
Just on Yakuza, if you were to tell people where to start, because we kind of got into it late in the West. Would you agree that starting at 0 is the better way to go, or does it really matter? Because 0 gives a bit of a back-end story of the characters.
It does, but it's a bit more satisfying to play after this Kiwami 2.
Because then you get to
Oh.
know more about the characters after the
Yep.
fact.
The Kiwami 2 kind of ties into Yakuza 0, in a sense. Even though it's a HD remake of the second game. It's like, the Yakuza series, I remember playing it when it was brand new. I rented it from Video Easy back in 2006. It's like, Yakuza, what's this game about yaks?
And why isn't
Yakuza?
and why don't we have another Shenmue? What's going on?
That was one of... No, it's a Yakuza soap opera with beat-em-up elements. That's what it is. It's a Yakuza soap opera with beat-em-up elements. You
Oh,
play
totally.
as a guy called...
Hang on. I got to point out something. There's a being that you're a tomato sauce bottle, you're attracting a fly. It's on, I told
Yeah.
it's on your head, on your left side.
That's why to me leave your lid open, folks.
Yeah. You got to close
Oh,
it.
there it is.
You got to close the lid. Sorry.
Next minute you have ants.
Sorry, it was just
One ant.
it was just too funny not to point out. All right, so Yakuza. What else are you playing? Yeah, it's still hanging around. Anyway, besides Yakuza, what else are you playing?
I wish wish I was playing some Sea of Thieves right now, but unfortunately,
Yeah.
I'd
Oh
probably
god, you
be
had to
playing
drop
game.
that in. What's that? $13 now.
Yeah, 13.
Yeah, we've got an
I don't
ongoing
know.
joke. Every time they
Yeah.
mention every time they mention Sea of Thieves, we got a. It's like a swear jar
Yeah,
type
$1.
thing. Yeah,
Drink.
He's too
it's
busy
a
to
drinking
stay
I
game.
have alcohol poisoning. What else have I been playing? Oh, I've also been playing some classic Sega games, but on the PlayStation 3. I've beaten Sonic the Hedgehog 1 and 2, and the
Sweet.
thing I've noticed about them is like they're not as hard as what I remembered them being.
Yeah.
Actually breezed for them quite easily.
Yeah, because you
especially
can save now.
Oh yeah, I was okay. Yeah, you got me. I was save scumming, especially towards the final bosses.
Save scumming. I love that terminology.
We have a time traveling scum and a save state scum.
I know. Sea of
I
Scums.
don't need to describe how Sonic works. You're a naked hedgehog with shoes on, running around, jumping on everything.
Everyone.
Yeah, why doesn't he? I mean, okay, my hedgehog in the background, he's got a shirt on at least. But where's his pants? Like, come on. Like what's going on between here and here? There's just nothing on.
He commented in the movie too about how he doesn't wear pants.
Did he break the fourth wall? Did he break the fourth wall?
Yes.
They do a lot of that actually in the movie. All right.
And lastly, I was playing Gunstar Heroes. Not only did I beat that, but I got all the achievements in it. Yay!
Yay!
Achievements in what version?
PS3, so trophies technically.
Oh, okay. I have to have a look. I mean, I've got the original. Ah, boast. One to
And
boast.
again, a lot of save scumming was going on.
Yeah, true. It is a hard game. It's not that and that dice game part. You know that how you got that board game section. Man, that gets frustrating. It is such an original. I mean, Treasure were just so ahead of their time for that console.
Okay, is it not only just me, but when I play that game and I see the bad guys, like, what's M. Bison doing in this game?
Yes, totally. And he does that pose that Bison does. Yeah. All right. Well, we better probably get stuck into the questions. But before I do get into the questions, why does it always default to Cameron? Why does that always?
'Cause I'm great.
Oh, yeah.
I'm great. That's why.
Okay. Now I think it picks up sound in your heavy breathing. I think that's what it is.
I'm not the one doing heavy breathing.
And for me, what am I playing? Animal Crossing. Not really much. I haven't had much time. Now, here's the thing. Everyone is stuck at home with this, thing that we're not allowed to mention on YouTube, apparently. But for me, it's business as usual. I'm lucky enough to be still in a job. Are you guys affected? Wacko, you affected by this?
No, not yet. Anyway, it's still business as usual for me. It's like, what isolation? It's still the same. Except the only difference is there's less cars on the road, which is a blessing.
Yes.
Because usually to get to the city from here, it's about an hour and a bit drive. But now, because it's stage 3, it's like a 30-minute drive, and it's so good.
It's like Sydney during the Olympics. During the Olympics here, there was just no cars on the road. It was awesome. But no, I work from home anyway, so that's what I'm getting at. The only difference is now my wife is working from home, and it's weird because sometimes I walk past her while she's doing one of her conference calls, and she's using all this business talk, and it's just like, who are you? What have you done with my wife? Anyway, we're going to get straight into the first question, and it's we haven't got too many people in on the chat at the moment, but Game Boy Bryant is there, and he's the one that asked this question. Hey, Game Boy Bryant. But yeah, Game Boy Bryant, please, what have you got for us?
Brian again. Can you see me now? That's what she was going to say on camera, but I decided to do it myself. Anyway, other than the jokes about the spotlight, the question for today is about the indie game scene. Now, I know you have a few. You don't really talk about them much. I know because you're a Sega fanboy, that's no shocker there. Anyway, what's your opinion on the indie game scene? These are at least 3 of a handful that I actually have. I actually mostly like buying them physical because digital is not really my thing. The only digital game I actually have is Guns Guard Cannoli, Xbox One, which I know you have. You really need to give it a chance though. It's actually really, really good. Tell me what your opinion is on the indie game scene when it actually started taking off. It started taking off in the Xbox Live Arcade era I play. Let me know your thoughts and opinions, and how far do you think this genre is really gonna go? Anyway, thank you.
All right, thanks for that, Mr. Bryant. Is it Mr. Bryant or Mr. Game Boy? I don't know.
Mr. Boy.
Mr. Boy.
Boy.
So yeah, indie games. Does any come to mind? I think Shovel Knight is probably the one that comes to mind for me. Or actually, no, I don't want to steal you guys' thunder. We'll go with you, Cameron. You seem to get off on indie games more than anyone else here.
I don't really play indie games too much, actually. I don't know if Ukulele counts as an indie game because I don't normally play too much indie ones.
Well, that's the thing. It's starting to blur. I wouldn't class Ukulele as an indie game. No way, because those guys are former big time developers.
They form their own.
So what? That they didn't start from a bedroom and then work their way up like everyone else. They came from a renowned studio.
I think the only proper indie game I remember playing recently is that Goose Game, and I think that I don't play too many. I don't play too many indie games actually.
All right. So, anyone else then?
Well, is Goat Simulator indie?
I would class that as indie. Yeah.
That game.
Who would have taken that seriously when it first got pitched?
Yeah, the kind of physics in that game and how that game works is amazing. Like 1 minute you're just running into walls, the next minute you're up in the air for some reason. You just
I think
janky physics.
I think more ragdoll physics games need to be made. And that's kind of what made Bethesda games fun to play. Is they had that ragdoll element. That there's this saying that a game only gets a tick if it can get a shoe and throw it on a roof. Have you heard of that expression? It's the shoe on the roof test. If you can get a shoe and land it on a roof, then that gets a tick. That gets a pass for ragdoll physics. Mr. Ketchup?
I got a few. I got VVV, a game where we're in space, bouncing off the walls. I don't know if Super Meat Boy counts.
Yeah, that's very indie. Very indie.
Fez, even though the...
No, we won't talk about the creator. We won't talk about the creator. No. Stupid jerk.
Fez is a great one, though, despite how Axl Rose-ish the creator is. What else is it? There's a lot. And it's not just a modern thing either. This has been going on for decades. Since the, I don't know, when we started making games. Back then.
Back in
I'm
those
not a
days.
historian, I'm a pop culture enthusiast, but I'm not a gaming historian.
So, I think the other part of his question, though, was what's the future of indie games? I think it's very, very solid. Because
Yes,
it's a
I
lot.
agree.
It's not like the old days where you had to really get in there and get your hands dirty with code, and you had to notice. You had to be a nerd before, but now there's so many. I'm not saying it's super easy, but it's easier now to make a game.
Can I say one something?
Do you need to go to the
so
toilet?
No, not yet. There's a gaming group in Melbourne called something Ninja. Anyway,
Something Ninja. What an awesome group that is.
Samurai Punk.
Okay.
Sorry. So they're based in Melbourne, and they made a game recently called Roombo, where you play a murderous Roomba and you protect your house from thieves, and it's so good. Samurai Punk. Indie developers in Melbourne, and I think because of this Roomba game, they are just going from strength to strength. And same with the Goose Game people. So because Goose Game, on top of Goose Game, is still being played everywhere. And it's been so long after this has been released. And because of the nature of the game, it's so unique and different, there's always going to be potential for new indie games coming. So indie games will be always strong. Because you need that. Because you got all the mainline games. You need other people filling in the gaps where those games aren't a thing. So, like, example, Roomba. No one's made a game where you play as a murderous Roomba, a vacuum cleaner.
That's what's been missing in my life, I swear to God.
Yeah, check it out, Roomba.
So I think you also touch on the other thing is that because gaming has become so big now, there's more risk with every game that gets pitched to these publishing houses, and then they're no longer willing to take the big risks that they used to have in the past. And it's such a shame because some of these bigger developers like EA and whatnot, they used to be renowned for just going out there on a
Sorry.
Okay, I just saw that on the screen.
Yeah, that's all right. All good.
You got a Bale? You got a Christian Bale on us? Oh, okay. All right, I'll try and I gotta just make this quick then, okay?
Yeah,
Guys,
sorry. No, it's fine.
this is the short version of the Spacies show, brought to you by Wacko Jacko.
In express form.
All right, so I was just going to say that the indie games developers, they don't care if a game doesn't make sense as long as it plays well. And like when you think about it, who would have thought that a game about an Italian plumber jumping on turtles and diving into pipes would have made any sense? It still doesn't make any sense to me all these years later. I don't understand why that guy is so popular and famous. It's the dumbest video game character of all time, and it's the most popular. It doesn't make sense to me. But then again, a blue hedgehog.
The hedgehog.
Yeah, I know.
Purple and Jim.
I know. But that's the beauty of gaming. It doesn't need to make sense.
No, it doesn't need to make sense at all.
It's fun. As long as it's fun.
Exactly right. And but back to your point, the future of indie games, it's going to get bigger, and I think these indie game companies, if they get together and be a bit more organized, they could actually threaten. I think what's going to end up happening is companies like EA are just going to gobble them up and buy them out. That's the sad thing that we got to watch out for.
Big companies will take over.
Yeah. All right, we're going to move on with the questions. Thank you very much, Game Boy. Bryant, now we've got the next one from Tommy Ted.
Yay!
And I'm just looking at his question here. Oh, okay, this one's a good one. Here we go.
Quick.
Oh, hello there. You've caught me content creating. Well, which reminds me, I've got to ask you, since starting to become a content creator, I've noticed a difference in my skill level. I wonder if that's the same for you. Seeing as all of us are content creators, have you noticed since before you were a creator to now, if there's any difference in your skill level with games? Are you far worse because you can't talk and play at the same time? Or have you gotten really better at playing video games? Let me know. Talk to you soon.
Thank you, Tommy Ted. So yeah, me personally, I don't think being a content creator's got anything to do with this. I think it's just because I'm now ancient. My reflexes are just not there. I play Super Mario World. I actually maxed that game out back in the day, and I try playing it now. I just don't have the reflexes anymore. But what about you guys? Wacko, start with you.
Splatoon 2, let's just say for starters, because I used to be a competitive player and used to be part of a team, but then we disbanded because inactivity. And yeah, my skills.
Inactivity is a very diplomatic way of saying, oh, they were all getting a bit slack and not doing it, not pulling their weight.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I was leading the thing about like making sure everyone was active enough, but then I just got tired of it. Like I just wanted to play. It was fun to play the game competitively with others that enjoyed the same game, but then at the same time, I was kind of like, well, I'm not having much fun as I used to anymore, and my skills I'm not maintaining my skill as much. So yeah, but as a content creator, it's kind of like going away from looking at skill just to having fun. Because I think that's what content creators want to do, right? They just want to have fun.
Pretty much.
So,
Pretty much.
Yeah.
And unless your name is
it's
Top
a bit
Hat
of everything.
Gaming Man and you just want to make money, just dropping names.
Money. You want to make some money.
Cameron.
Yes. I would say no, because I'm not
Incorrect.
really,
Work with me here, Cameron.
not-
Come on.
I would
Killing
say being a content creator has not changed how good I am in video games at
How
all.
good he is. Listen to the brag.
Yeah. No, I was better. I was good at video games even before becoming a content creator. So,
Ah,
If
where's
you
it?
mean good at video games, you mean at firing fire grenades at me when my back's turned, and
Yeah,
that means good
yeah.
at video games.
yeah. So I don't think being a content creator has got anything to do with me being good at video games, unfortunately.
All right. I'm just not even going to touch that one. What about you, Retrokaiser? You're itching
Well-
to say something.
Offline, my skills are absolutely fine, but when online, doing a live show, that's when your patience get tested. Because you gotta like, oh, can I get this? Am I gonna board yours? Then you get the occasional jerk in the chat room that's just aggravating you, and it's just like.
I wonder who you're talking about.
Someone
Yeah.
called Jack.
It's different between offline and online. other than that-
I think you get a bit of stage fright as well.
Stage fright, annoyance,
And
frustration.
this has nothing to do with just like being a content creator. Back in the old days when you'd be in the arcade playing a game, you'd be smashing it, and then all of a sudden you look behind you and there's like 3 or 4 guys watching you play. And then as soon as you realize how many people are watching you play, you just turn to shit and lose it. So yeah. All
I
right.
agree. I can agree to that. Yes.
All right, got to rush through these questions. Thank you, Mr. Tommy Ted. And the next question is from Goffioso, who's not. I haven't seen him lurking in the chat there. He's missing today. But anyway, Goffioso, what have you got for us?
Wow, now I can actually breathe better now that I'm indoors again. Well, I've got a spare moment, guys. With all this talk of coronavirus and people mass buying toilet paper and all this other crazy hysteria, got a question for yous. What games do you enjoy that are based around any kind of disaster, whether it's natural, whether it's nuclear? What's your favourite game? I would have to say that my favourite is Last of Us. Can't wait for Last of Us 2. Well, I look forward to your responses, guys. Can't wait to hear. See yous for now. Bye.
Alrighty. Oh wow, it went back real quick this time. That is so weird. All right, so thank you, Goffioso. What the hell? All right, well, I was going to come in with an answer. Okay, go for it.
You're the mad as hell.
You've
guy.
got the stage, Mr. Props Man. What is it?
What is what?
Your
What is the
answer
best
to the best. Are you on drugs? What's going on in that room? What's the best disaster game?
The best disaster game? Well, I really never paid attention to that. All I can pretty much say is probably Resident Evil series.
Yeah, I was gonna say like Undead. No, what was it called? Flaming the zombie games, the flaming zombie games, where it's zombie.
I was going to say Sonic Adventure till I realized the disaster doesn't happen until the end of the game, so don't know if that one counts.
Yeah.
Cameron, help us
I
here.
don't
I got a
know.
great one. I got a great answer. Doom.
Okay, not really the direction that this was meant to be going. I will come up with the answer then. Jeez, I thought you guys
Can I
would
say
help
one
us
just
out.
quickly? Just say one. Can I just say one?
Yeah.
Dead Rising 2.
Dead Rising 2. Okay. EDF. Earth Defense Force. You guys never played EDF.
I
No,
played
I
it.
have-
It's a good game.
Think
It's not a
Starship.
great game, but it's a good game.
Think Starship Troopers. It's very cheesy, like that, and that's what makes it. The game is extremely cheesy. The lines are so awesome. Like, because they're so bad. I'm gonna kill you until you're dead. It's stuff like that.
Wow.
And basically the planet's been invaded by an insect force, and you're shooting up against massive ants the size of buildings. It's you gotta play it. It is such a great time. So EDF is my answer. I'm going to move on to the next one because you guys were not really that proactive with that one.
I have no
I
answer.
couldn't think of any. Just for one.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's you can take that off now. You didn't earn the right to wear that because you didn't come up with a good answer.
Finish up.
Thank you, Gofioso. Going to move right along. Jude has got a question for us. Question number 4. Jude, please take it away. Help us out here.
Hi, Brian. Hi, special guest. Jude here with a silly question about Sega. So, I'm a huge Nintendo fan. No surprise there. And I have a Sega Genesis Mini in an effort to get my Sega on. But I need to know, where should I begin? What games should I be playing that are just gonna make me love Sega? And who do I ask? But the experts themselves, you guys. What should I be playing? Please enlighten me. Thank you. Have a great day.
All right, and we're back. This is going to be Wacko Jacko's last question because he's been ordered by his Minister of War to get out of the room. Oh, wow. This is what happens when people double book.
Yes, unfortunately.
Anyway, all right. Well, you get the question, the answer in quickly, and then you can bail.
Is Outrun a good answer?
It's not on there. So no, it's not a good answer.
Oh. Okay, bad answer. Then I don't really know, sorry. I wasn't much of a Sega kid growing up. So yeah, that's my
Do I
awesome
know you?
answer.
Who are you? Who is this filth on my chat?
I'm sorry about
Are
that.
you serious? You don't have an answer?
I don't, sorry, no, except for like I didn't...
All right, everyone, ladies and gentlemen, that has been Wacko Jacko.
Going out in fine form.
You owe me another appearance. That was not an appearance on the show. You got to be on back again.
It can be achieved. It can be achieved. It will be achieved.
All right, everyone, say bye-bye to Wacko Jacko. He's got a veil.
Have a good show. Have a good show, guys. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
All right. Well, and then it's just me with these two loons. Okay. All right. Do you okay? Kiss, where'd you get? Is that your actual helmet that you use for your?
That's my dad's.
Your dad's. Okay. So, what's your answer, prop man?
A very boring one. It's
Don't say Sonic. Nah, shut up. No, besides Sonic.
I mean, other than-
Sonic's
besides
banned.
Sonic?
What?
Okay, other than Sonic, you've got Shinobi 3. Not Revenge of Shinobi. That game is overrated and stupid. But Shinobi 3.
Which one did you say was overrated?
Revenge of Shinobi.
Shut your hole. I love that game. It's like one of my favorite games of all time. I didn't like 3.
It's not very good.
I
Three's really
don't hate 3. I just don't think it. I mean, come on, you got surfing ninjas. That's like the equivalent of Fonzie jumping the shark.
Have you ever seen Surf Ninjas?
No. Cameron.
Got Rob
Yeah, shoot.
Schneider
Nah,
there.
that's enough from you, Sauce Bottle.
Sonic the Hedgehog is banned, then I'll say Eco the Dolphin should be the first.
Did
one
you say Eco?
Yes.
It's
Yes.
Echo.
Dude, that's Eco. Eco the Dolphin. Yeah.
That dolphin can become cat food for all I care. So it depends on which Mega Drive Mini you're going to talk about. Hang on. Get me my camera back. Look at me. There we go. Okay. If you're talking about this version, what does that read out back to front? Because my camera's back to front. Evered Egan. The Evered Egger Mini.
My ages.
So, out of all these games, Oh man, Golden Axe maybe. I'm trying to think of what game could really sell. Actually, you know what? I've got an answer. Monster World 4. That is such a cool game that never got an official release in the West until many, many years later. Or Phantasy Star 4 if you're into roleplay games. The fact that it's got Phantasy Star 4 is awesome. Love my Mega Drive Mini, but the Japanese one, if you were to go with this one, Musha. 100% Musha, which is the awesome shoot 'em up that costs you $400 if you were to try and buy it otherwise. But yeah, it's slightly different range of games. You can mod it. I'm going to mod my... I haven't done it yet. Can you believe it? Did you mod yours, Cameron?
Yes, I did. I used Hacksheet to mod mine, and then I gave it to my sister because I said, I've got all these games, you can have it.
Hacksheet's the same one that they use for the Super Nintendo, is that right?
Yes. The Project Luna one didn't work quite well for me, so I
I saw that the Project Luna one was a little bit more complicated.
Hacksheet.
What? I just saw something in the chat. Dr. G says, no, that is Fonzie jumping the shark there, Spacies. So he agrees with me. Yeah, I just didn't like the concept that they had behind Shinobi 3. I thought the game played well, but the storyline, it was too out there. Whereas the Revenge of Shinobi was more believable. Yeah, bosses with hairs doing this. Do you remember the first boss? You guys are going all quiet on me. Hello?
No, I don't remember it at all. I never played it.
The first, no, I don't know if it was the end boss. Sorry, the end boss basically was this big, chunky Japanese sort of like samurai dude. And he had massive hair that flicked around. I whip my hair back and forth. I whip my hair back and forth. And that was the boss.
Kabuki.
Yeah, Kabuki. That's right. And the boss had, that was his attack. Was his hair. It was like Shantae all over again. But my answer, yeah, again.
Sounds like that Cameron Hans was the first boss of that game. Metalhead.
No, I just remembered it was not the first boss. It was the last boss. It was the end boss of the game. All right. Well, you guys didn't really sell the Sega Mega Drive well.
No, I've been a fan.
What?
Oh no, I said no. We did not, despite us being fans.
Yeah, I would. Oh, Streets of Rage 2. No one mentioned Streets of Rage 2. Come on.
Sonic the Hedgehog 2.
Sonic the Hedgehog.
No
3.
Sonic games, man. Far out. We all know Sonic. It's not like we don't know who Sonic is.
Oh, Shining Force.
Okay, let's move along. It's a good game, but they should have put Shining Force 2 on there. I don't understand why they made what was number 1.
And Stimpy's Invention.
Oh, shut up. It wasn't even on there. It wasn't even on there. It's not on there. You put it on there. Yeah, shut up, you hack. Thank you, Jude, for that one. And we're going to move right along now to question number 6, which is from... Actually, no, I'm sorry. I'm skipping ahead. Question number 5 from Lucas from Aussie Gamers Experience. Lucas, what have you got for us? Please help us out here.
Guests of the Synth Spacey Show, and also hello to all of you invaders out there. My name is Lucas and I'm from the Aussie Gamers Experience, and today I have a question for you guys, and it's about emulation. Now, is it right or is it wrong to use emulation on a device that might be proprietary and not necessarily intended to have emulation in mind? For example, I'm talking about the PlayStation Vita. Now, it's very easy to hack and install emulation software on the PlayStation Vita. But should you do it? Now, I'm not talking about the legal implications of whether or not you own the ROMs that you're playing on there. Let's just assume that you do. But is it legally and morally right to be using a PlayStation Vita to play games that are other than what was intended, so not PlayStation Vita games? If it is legally wrong or incorrect or illegal or whatever you want to call it, should it be legal? You've paid good money for this PlayStation Vita. Surely you could use it in any way that you want, provided you're not stealing anything, I guess. I don't know, I'm interested to see what you guys think, and I hope you guys enjoy the rest of the show, as I'm sure I will. See you next time. Bye-bye.
I swear to God, it is like dealing with school children. Where is it? Wait. Why didn't the desktop turn on? Waiting for the audio to kick back in. There we go. Guys, if you only saw what I have to deal with here, it's like dealing with children. I got one dude with a... What is that? I can't even see it. But your camera is so potato. I can't even make out what that is.
It's a pirate hat.
Oh, yay. Yeah, I've got a pirate wannabe and a ketchup sauce wannabe. One day I'll do some sort of costume dress. I don't know.
The Halloween episode should be Send Spookies, and you should dress up, you know.
Because you're an ideas man. All right, let's focus on the question. Lucas, thank you very much for that. I know where Lucas is coming from. Out west of Sydney. No, I mean, I know where he's coming from with the question. He's basically saying that legally it's wrong, but is it morally wrong to be playing, for example, a PlayStation PSP system, and you're playing Mega Drive games on it or Nintendo games? Should that be allowed, or is it morally right or wrong? Do you guys have an issue with that? I know where this is going.
There are some retro games that have been officially licensed for modern consoles, and it's a great thing. But the whole illegally putting your own ROMs on there, legally that's wrong. But personally, I can see why people do it because it's just a way to expand your library. So you know, certain games run on certain consoles as well. It's okay. Those were my points, and I'm thinking I was smarter there and thought I had more, but no.
Cameron, help him out, Cameron.
I'd say for the older consoles that don't get supported anymore, like, it's fine, you can do it and mod games on it, and nobody would care. But I think you shouldn't do it for the newer consoles, like for the Switch or for the PlayStation 4 or whatever, because Nintendo specifically can get you into a bit of trouble if you mod the Switch. But like, you could mod a Wii U or mod a Wii, and you know that's fine because they don't support the consoles anymore. So maybe just do it to the consoles that, you know, that don't get made anymore, and it's not really that much of a big deal.
Do it for the consoles that don't get online support anymore.
Yeah.
Trust me, if you're the dumbass that puts in, I gotta have my TurboGrafx CD collection running on my PS4, let's play it! What? Sony banned me for life! Ah!
Yeah.
Wow, okay. I'm actually stunned that Cameron came up with a very good response just then. Well done. No, I agree. I think if it's if you're trying to emulate a system that's no longer got current support, I don't think there's an issue with that. I think that it should be encouraged to keep those games alive. I think I personally, on a slightly different note, would like to see more games being moved over to current systems, like what they're doing with this geezer at the moment. They're going to be putting this game, maybe, allegedly, a HD version. I think what they've done with Final Fantasy VII, like,
Marvelous.
It is such a damn good game. Yes, America, we've got it. We've got it first. That is hard. Have you guys played Final Fantasy VII yet? Remake?
I don't know.
What, sorry?
I've only played the demo and beaten it.
And what?
Beaten.
You've beaten the demo. Sorry, okay. And what about you, Cameron?
I'm beating it! I had beaten it. I'm currently beating it. Ugh.
I knew this was going to be a really difficult one to host. Okay. Cameron.
I was never interested too much in Final Fantasy VII. I've never really played it.
Okay, all right. That's it. No more airtime for you.
I like the Final Fantasy games.
Yeah, shush. Yeah, shut up. Shush.
Right, making him skull up here, Cameron. That's how much we're annoying him.
All right. So I personally would like to see more games from the past get the HD remake treatment, but I understand that stuff costs a lot of money, and it's just interesting to see how they get that old game and put it into a 3D environment and make it more fleshed out.
Oh yeah, like what they did with the Trails of Mana, the remake of the Super Famicom game.
Yeah, that looks awesome. And you still
the voice acting is shit though, but the gameplay is
but you still feel familiar enough to recognize what's going on around you.
Yeah.
But it's new. It's totally new. Yeah.
It's like I'm loving these current trends of remakes where they take a classic game, they make it into what feels more like a new game mode as opposed to a new game. Like you're playing the classics from a different point of view, but it doesn't forget that the originals exist.
Yeah, exactly right. So we've got someone in the chat, Zicken Nuts. Love these names. I would love to be able to right click and change names to Bob, Harry, and anyway. So Zickernuts is saying if we're talking about games that are available on modern consoles, then it'd be kind of bad to not at least provide some support to the rights holder in some way. I agree. You gotta.
Yeah, I agree. Can I just
support it?
Yeah.
Can I also say that I agree absolutely with that statement, and one reason is because the Conquer people want to make a new Conquer game, and they're trying to get the rights for it. I shouldn't actually say like they want to make it. They're thinking about making another one, but they can't because they need the rights to it. They don't have the rights to it.
Guys, I gotta pause the show for a second because there is a lizard being brought into the house. So just talk about amongst yourselves. Far out. Lucas, thank you very much for that question. I'm so sorry we got cut off there. Big thanks to my cat, Mimi. She's such a little twit, that one, bringing lizards into the house. The next question, I kind of have to just say this question because it won't work on the Stream Deck. Their question is so short that it trips up the Stream Deck. So anyway, their question is, which character would you like to see revealed as the next DLC on Super Smash Bros? That's from Nintendent. So
first of all, it needs to be from Fire Emblem. That's that's a joke. That's a joke.
I was getting ready to end. Yeah, even Game Boy Brian says how many Fire Emblem characters are in Ultimate. It's just stupid.
But there's no Shining Force characters, which is. But seriously, my answer is Captain Rainbow. If anybody remembers him, no one bought his game.
No, don't. No, I'm saying I'm not saying no. I don't know who it is. I'm saying no. That's a bad idea.
What's wrong with Captain Rainbow?
I got the best answer. No matter what you guys throw at me, it's not going to be better than this. You ready? Toe Jam and L.
No.
Toe Jam and L totally should be the new finest. Or Alex Kidd.
Nobody cares about Alex Kidd anymore.
Wash your mouth out.
I only talk about the Alex Kidd.
Alex D. Kidd. There's so many good Sega characters that they could have been thrown into this.
Absolutely.
Robotnik himself could be a character.
I would personally like Shadow the. Oh no, I would like Waluigi to be in the game as a playable character.
He's not a Sega character.
Yeah, no.
Oh, it doesn't have to be Sega character. That's just me talking, rubbish.
I'd like Waluigi to be an actual playable character, but that's never going to happen.
Yeah, but you're just hopping on that meme train, so we'll just ignore that one.
I know.
Sorry, I nearly said Johnny English because of the poster back there.
I know. I want to burn that freaking poster. It's just.
A character I wouldn't mind seeing is Chaos from Sonic Adventure. Like the little blue version of him, not the version of him.
You could just be like a puddle of water and people sink into you.
I want to see more Pokemon as their own standalone
characters.
characters.
Their own.
there's a few Pokemon I'd love to see, like Hitmonchan, Hitmonlee,
Bubsy.
or even Team Meowth.
Bubsy.
Bubsy. What could possibly go wrong with that?
I would like Nico the Dolphin in Super
Did you say Nico the Dolphin?
Nico the Dolphin, I said.
What?
You know what? I'm gonna up that. I don't want Eco the Dolphin. I want Eco Junior to be it.
All right. So we're not going to get any serious answers to this one, is what you're saying?
Doom Guy would be excellent.
How about the Virtual Fighter? One or Ryo? Ryo from Shenmue.
Ryo. Or
Ryo.
Yeah. Or Kazuma Kiryu from Yakuza.
Mm.
Beautiful Joe. Beautiful Joe.
Actually, that's very valid. That's a very valid response. The Beautiful Joe response. Yeah.
To be in Smash Brothers.
You didn't come in there. You were just saying. What was the answer?
I would like Crash Bandicoot to be in Super
I
Smash
so would not like to see that. I hate the character. I just find the Crash Bandicoot to be the most try-hard character of all time. It's just, it does not appeal to me. And yet, for some reason in the UK, that game just went off the charts when it was HD'd, if you want to call it that. You guys went quiet on that. You didn't agree.
Oh.
You like Crash Bandicoot.
Yeah, I grew up with the Crash Bandicoot games, so I enjoyed them.
Sorry to hear. No answers. That's it. No final responses. Echo the Dolphin. Echo the bloody Dolphin is your response.
I'm getting worried to the point where they might include YouTubers as downloadable characters, which would be
no. They've made it. No, they've made it very clear that the character's got to be video game related. So that's why they've ruled out Dragon Quest. What was the one? Dragon Ball Z. They've ruled them out because they're not video game characters. So it's got to be something. It's got to be something to celebrate video gaming in general.
Oh, Dead or Alive characters.
Tifa. Why isn't she a character?
Yep.
Yeah? Oh, okay. We got nothing. You guys are... Tifa. Alright. I think we didn't really answer that one. Wow.
Here's one I'd really love. Really love. Sorry if I was too loud there. I got excited. Goro from Mortal Kombat.
Actually, that's a freaking top answer.
I've got a good one too. Saberwolf.
Yep.
But he's already in Killer Instinct, so I guess
no one cares about Killer Instinct.
I like the Saberwolf character from that old Saberwolf game.
Yeah, it won't happen. Microsoft own that right, and I don't think they want to. They tried to make
Master Chief in the game.
They tried to make that character relevant. I mean, that game relevant again, and it hasn't really worked. So, I'd have to say no to that one.
But people wanted Master Chief too, didn't they? And that didn't happen.
I'm a Halo fan. I wouldn't want to see it. It doesn't fit right with the Super Smash Bros. Universe. Echo's our official answer on that one.
Yeah, Rayman would be a good choice.
Rayman.
Yeah.
That's another dumb character that doesn't really. Alright. I hate these characters that tried to be all zany and it's just like, shut up. which is
1990s.
Yeah, exactly right. Thank you, Nintendo, for that one. And we have got Sega Master Tim. No, Sega Master Tim.
Sega Master Tim.
He actually says Sega Master Tim like I do, so it's not. So, Sega Master Tim, please, with question number 7, what have you got?
Everybody, so thank you for having me on your show. Just got a very simple question for you and your guests. And my question is when do you guys plan to go out and buy the next generation console? So whether it be a PS5 or an Xbox Series X, whatever the hell the name is, when do you plan to buy it? So do you buy it on release? Do you plan to buy it maybe after a few months? maybe a year, or do you just not bother about buying a new console? And whatever time frame you decide to buy it, give us your reasons why you give it either time or no time at all. Personally, myself, if you guys don't already know, I probably won't even bother about buying one because I'm happy with my retro consoles anyway. I'll probably buy a PS5 maybe 20 years after I've recorded this video. So, yeah. So tell us, guys, how long is it going to take you to go out and purchase said console? Other than that, thank you very much for having me, Brian, and everyone have a great day and happy gaming. See you later.
Thank you very much there, Sega Master Tim. If only you could see what goes on off camera. I swear to God, these two are like holding hands and they're not even in the same room. So, for me, okay, my goal is to buy the Xbox One on day one. Because I'm Team Xbox, to be honest, but I like both consoles. I just like the eco, is that the word? The Ecoverse? Eco the Dolphin, yeah, that's it. You idiots. I like the Xbox environment. I like achievements. I like Xbox Live. It just works. And I like the marketplace better than PlayStation. I know that I'm in a very small group of people. A lot of people prefer PlayStation. I prefer Xbox, that's just my thing. But having said that, I would like to ideally have both consoles. It's just that they're going to be so expensive, I just don't see that happening. But okay, and guys, just for the sake of assumption, we're not going to get into the whole argument about if it's going to be delayed or not. Just assume that it's going to get launched on time. Will you guys, what are your plans? Ketchup bottle.
Well, it doesn't matter if it's delayed or not, because I don't plan on buying a PS5 until I can afford it, until it goes on sale, like Christmas sales. Like Sony consoles tend to be ultra expensive at launch, and especially in Australia. Like, I remember, what was it, the PlayStation 1 launched at like $1,000.
Yeah.
Same with the PS3. So yeah, I'm just gonna wait until it's cheaper, like a year after. And that's not just because it's cheaper, but because it'll be a nice back catalogue of games to play as well. So
Okay.
I'm just going to wait until things come out for the console first.
But it's back. They're going to be both semi-backward compatible. Does that?
Don't get me started.
I said, shut up, Cameron. I said semi-backward compatible. All right. Well, Cameron, on that, go for it. You have the floor.
I to be honest, I'm planning to get the PlayStation 5 when it comes out, so I'll pre-order that and get it when it comes out, whenever it will. I'm more on the PlayStation 5 side. I don't really have any interest in the new Xbox Series X or whatever the heck you call it these days, because if they're only going to advertise the
He knows nothing about the console. He knows nothing about what they've got to release. He's not interested in it because it's Microsoft. That's it. How do you know they've got no exclusive games? You don't even know that yet. They haven't even announced what they've got.
They were saying they're not going to have any exclusive games at launch.
How do you know?
So they're only going to.
Who said that?
I've seen interviews. I've seen them saying that on the internet.
I would not take anything that they're saying right now as absolute truth.
The only thing that I've seen about that Xbox Series X, all they're promoting is backwards compatible. It's like the Xbox One X. I'm happy with that, and it's already backwards compatible too with most of the oldest series of games in their library. But I'm more on the PlayStation 5 side, and I'd rather get that first.
Can I just ask you one thing? What has PlayStation 5 announced that's even remotely exciting? They have not released any juicy details at all yet.
I know they haven't released pretty much
They've really,
anything,
so far, they've absolutely stuffed up this lead up to the launch, and they've got some major catching up to do. Microsoft, if this was just a race between the two consoles, which it is, Microsoft are way ahead of Sony when it comes to with the way they've handled it. They've learnt a lot from the Xbox One disaster, and they've basically gone in there saying that we're not going to do that again, and we're going to basically taking this head on and be absolutely transparent this time around, which they weren't last time. We're going to be really quick with the updates and announcing new games to be released. We're going to be making those announcements at every opportunity we get. I watched the Phil Spencer interview with IGN just a week ago or thereabouts, and I was really happy with that interview and the way he handled himself, and those questions, he didn't back away from any of the questions, and he had an answer for everything. So and so far we have not really. Sony's been almost nil, they've been radio silent on this so far, almost, except for their stupid cardboard cutout press release, which was with the fake people in the front. That was just the most boring. I don't know why they thought that was a good idea to make that into a big build up, and then when it got released, everyone was just like, "What's this rubbish?" So
it's like hearing old people trying to talk hip.
Okay, boomer. So
I would like to get the when I have more information about what more details of what kind of games and stuff are coming out for the Xbox Series X. But I hope that it's not going to be like one of those consoles where it comes out on the Xbox Series X and also Xbox One or whatever it is, because that would be just pointless. And I wouldn't need to get the Xbox Series X. I've already got the Xbox One.
I think they're going to be doing that though, and I think they're going to be. Yeah. I'm not overly keen on that, but I understand from a business point of view why they're doing it. They're basically saying that if you've got an Xbox One X, you still can enjoy these games, but however, if you have an Xbox Series X, you'll get the better experience. I don't like the name that they've chosen for it. I think the naming convention has been very confusing. Yeah. But I'm past that. I'm over it. I get it now. Xbox Series X is the new machine. Let's move on past that argument.
They come up with all these great code word names like Scarlet and what was the other one?
Who would honestly be excited to buy an Xbox Scarlet though? That just sounds like.
And then they say Xbox Series X.
I really don't care if it's called the Xbox Box. I couldn't care less what it's called.
Pretty much is.
I just want to know what it can do and what they're going to do to support their console. And it's at the end of the day, it's all about the games. That's the bottom line.
Yep.
Sony always seem to do better at having exclusive titles too. So
but have you not been paying attention that Microsoft have been buying up studios left, right, and center? Have you not noticed that?
Say the same thing about the Xbox One as well, back when it was first coming out.
Yes.
I like how we're complaining about its name when back years ago we complained about the Xbox One name, then we complained about the name Xbox 360, then we complained about the name Xbox. We've been complaining about its name ever since it's conceived.
Yeah.
It's a silly name, but it's an awesome console.
Yeah, I know.
But at the point, at the moment, the point is we don't know anything about these two consoles.
No.
We just know that there's new machines coming.
I'd like to know more about them both.
I'm more interested to know what the hell's Nintendo going to do. Like, what's their...
They've already got the Switch. They don't care.
Well, they can't... I don't know. I would like to see a more powerful Switch.
Yep, the Nintendo Switch U.
Do it, Nintendo. You know you're on a winner with the U. Switch U. Look, I am more sort of towards Microsoft in the two-horse race, only because of just past experiences with the Microsoft products. However, I am open to PlayStation 5 if it proves to be a better product and better range of games. But so far, Sony have been so arrogant. I think it's a lot of arrogance with this, that they're just being complacent with announcing anything. And I know we got the virus getting in the way of doing any of these announcements, and maybe they had something planned but couldn't because of what's happened. But there is such thing as studios, and you can do the social distancing while standing in front of a camera and making an announcement. They just haven't done anything yet. So
probably learn about them both more over near when the E3 was supposed to happen, if they do digital presentations, I guess.
By the way, we've got to get into the next question because it kind of ties in with this question. So Stewie has asked another next-gen question as well. Stewie, hang on, why have I got the camera on you? I'm sick of looking at Johnny English, seriously.
Look at him.
At least you're not looking at English as Johnny.
So Stewie has got a question for us, next gen related. What have you got for us, Mr. Stewie, with question number 8?
Joe, Stewie here. I want to throw you a wee question for it. I want to ask, the PlayStation 5 and obviously the Xbox Series X is coming out, and I was just curious to see what you guys would love to see as an exclusive title for each. Obviously, maybe even one that hasn't been kicking about for a while, like F-Zero or something like that. So I was just curious to see what you guys would love to see kind of reborn on the new generation of consoles. Hope you have an absolute amazing show. Have a brilliant Saturday. Love you guys. Take care. Bye.
All right, so thank you very much there, Stewie. Cameron had a very silly response during the off camera bit there. Cameron, what did you just say?
Nico the dolphin.
All right, that's it. That's been Cameron. Thank you for joining the show.
I would say,
bye. Yeah, go on.
I would say as well.
What?
For Xbox Series X, I would like to see that Flight Simulator as an exclusive game. That would make me buy that if it wasn't exclusive.
Yeah, okay.
And Age of Empires 4 as an Xbox Series X exclusive, because I know that's also coming to the Xbox.
Oh, sorry.
And
yeah.
and the Halo Infinite or whatever it's called, whenever that's coming out, that's going to be an exclusive.
Is it Infinite? Yeah. Okay.
And for PlayStation 5,
it's just it's the Cameron Hunt show.
For PlayStation 5, he asked for both consoles.
All right, okay.
PlayStation 5, I would like a new Spyro game, a new Crash Bandicoot game, and a new Gran Turismo. Not Gran Turismo Sport and that shit. Like a brand new Gran Turismo with like actual gameplay and not online gameplay.
Okay, Sam.
Yeah. Yes. Okay, but the not the original Xbox, you can't make any new exclusive. Well, you can, but the Xbox Series X, or the Triple X as I like to call it, one thing I'd like to see I know. It's a bit deep. Actually, seeing an all new Riddick game exclusive for the new Xbox would be okay. Maybe not the best, but it'd be okay. It'd make a decent starter. Because the last time they did that, it went actually pretty darn well. The troll that I am, I'd love to see Half-Life 3 be announced as an Xbox exclusive just to annoy the fans.
I would also like to see if that new Rare game called Everwild, if that's an Xbox Series X exclusive, that would make me buy it. It's probably going to be on Xbox One as well. So. Yeah,
I'd like to see some Rare franchises
be
more exclusive.
Yeah,
like
and
Conker's really bad for eh?
Really bad for
So I was just going to kick in there with someone in the comments, Nuts, has said, I'd like to say, well, I'd say let's not have console exclusives, but that's hearsay around here, I bet. And you're right. The reason why I like console exclusives is I find that gaming has become so boring now with every game on every console. The other reason is that if you have a game, say, on all three platforms, Nintendo Switch, Xbox and PlayStation, not taking PC into consideration here, you have to make the game suited for the lowest denominator. So in other words, the Xbox The Xbox One game, the Xbox One game will only be as good as the Switch version. So I want to see more exclusive games that take advantage of the console and milk that console for the best it can do. And that's what's I'm sick of seeing the same game. Like Tomb Raider is one example where you just see it on every console, and it's just the same experience on all consoles. That's a good thing, but I just think that you need that extra special sauce for the console that you chose. Do you know what I mean? Because back in the old Mega Drive Super Nintendo days, it felt like you had a different experience depending on which console you went, and I miss that. I really do miss that whole. It gave your choice of console that extra more meaning, depending on which one you went with. Sorry, Mr. Saucy.
Plus having console exclusives gives the company themselves reasons to have consoles sold.
Yeah.
Zeganauts is saying because consoles can sell on its own merits without taking games hostage to create artificial demand. I get what you're saying, that I can't stand exclusive, like when they make a game exclusive to say PlayStation for a year and then they'll leak it out to the other console. Yeah. I'm against that. I think that's totally sucks. But what I'm more talking about is Xbox being Microsoft being the ones responsible for Xbox. They should have a game that they've released and they've made themselves exclusive for that system, because they know that it's taking advantage of that console's capabilities, and it wouldn't be able to handle wouldn't be in the same experience, for example, if it was on the PlayStation. That's kind of what I'm getting at.
And back in the day, what made console exclusives a bit more exciting was that each console actually had their own mascot, so you want to see a game of that mascot running on that console. Yeah,
but the era of the mascot's kind of dead. I mean, what's the mascot of PlayStation? It used to be
Bandicoot. Crash Bandicoot used to be.
Yeah, but it's on. You can get that on the Switch now, so who cares?
I know, that's blasphemous.
Yeah, it is.
But that's now welcome to my world. I mean, when I saw Sonic being played on a GameCube, I was throwing stuff at the camera, at the TV. I mean, it was just that was just like blasphemy. I think that there is a valid merit to exclusive titles, but I don't. But like I said, I'm not a fan of a game being an exclusive just because of marketing agreements and corporate agreements backdoor. I don't agree with that. I hope we.
And by the way, PlayStation 5 exclusive. We'll have to see new God of War game. That's it.
Yeah, that's a good point. Okay, so for me, I'm just going to mention 2 games, one for each system. Screw Nintendo, they got all the exclusives in the world. I'm saying that with Microsoft really do need to buckle down on the exclusives though. But I think a Perfect Dark game would be freaking awesome. There's not enough of the stealth. It's not my thing. I don't like stealth games, but I do know that there's a bunch of people out there that love stealth games and they're not getting enough of them. And Conquer, I think seriously, Rare has just been underused.
Conquer guys do want to make.
Sea of Thieves sucks. I'm sorry, it's just not what we wanted. It's not what we wanted from Rare though. Okay, that's not what we expected.
Well, if you know about the whole Project Dream or whatever that was back in the day, I think that's what they were trying to achieve with that game.
Yay, great story. No, we want more Banjo-Kazooie. Like, where's Banjo? What's Banjo's?
Smash.
He's in Smash. He's too busy smashing it up. Anyway, we've got someone disagreeing in the chat about my point about exclusives. That's okay. That's my opinion is my opinion, and you have your opinion, but that's what I believe.
I thought you were just going to say I've got somebody disagreeing in the chat about my opinion of Sea of Thieves being sucked.
No, that's a valid point, because look at the sales.
No, it's
burn!
not.
Burn! Sea of burn.
Look at the sails.
Pun. All right. We've got two more questions to go. Two more questions to go, guys. Let's get through it. Top Loader has a question. This could take a while. Top Loader, mate, take it away.
What's your preferred way of playing a game? With a lot of story, or just straight to the point, from A to B, up the flagpole, finish the level, go down the pipe into the next level? Wait a minute, I'm not playing that game. That's Super Street Fighter 2 that I got on the screen, so we got no pipes in this game. But you get what I'm going with this. Do you like games that have detailed stories and plots and subplots and twists and turns that really grip you? Or you're like, oh man, let's just get to the flagpole? About the type of games that you like to play, because that's personally what I like to play. I like to get to the point of a game. I like to get to the A to the B. The A to the B is where I like to be. I'm not playing right now, so when I'm losing right here, it's not me losing. It's because I'm not actually playing. I'm talking to you on the screen. Alright, I've done enough of this talking now. I'm going to leave you to it. I'm sorry. I'm going to leave this A-B conversation and see my way out of it in this win or lose situation, if you get what I'm saying.
Wow. 10 years later. Thank you, Top Loader. Actually, he wasn't too long on that one, but yeah, he likes to talk. I'm a story person. I like stories in the game. I mean, I grew up in the era of arcades where the only story was the princess has been kidnapped, rescue her. That's as complicated as it got.
It depends on the game, really. Like, if it's a mashy-bashy, washy game, I don't mind.
All right. Let me rephrase it. Do you skip cutscenes?
Depends on the game. Like, if it's an action-heavy game, I tend to do so. If it's a story-driven game, I tend not to do so. It also depends on how interesting the characters are themselves. Like, you don't want Super Mario given, like, a Shakespearean speech, don't you? No, you skip through that. Because let's face it, as interesting as he is, we really don't want him to do speeches. He's not that interesting. Whereas you got, like, I don't know, think of an intelligent character like, I don't know, Sergeant Butthole or something like that, even though that's not his real name.
Sergeant Butthole? What are we talking here?
I don't know anymore.
Hang on a second, there's someone at the door. You guys keep talking amongst yourselves. It's all bloody happening here. Sorry about that. I didn't know they did. I didn't realize that they're doing deliveries on a Saturday. I just got something arrived just really cool just now. Hang on.
Never sell on a Saturday. A bootleg Super Nintendo.
It's not bootleg, it's 8-bit dough, and it's actually better than the official product, I have you know.
You got a really good thumbnail image right there, because as soon as he showed it up, Mario just looks towards and goes, "Oh!"
and they put in a plug adapter for that. I don't understand why they had to do that. There's no power outlet. That was just a weird. That was just a weird inclusion. I mean, I'll take it because I can always do with another one of these, but. It was just a weird addition. Anyway, back to the show. So we've
answered our questions.
You had all the time, or when I was away to answer that. Okay, go on.
We did. I'm just giving you like the cliff notes of what we're talking about. You're talking like a Smash Brothers, and I said Yakuza is a good example because it takes an example of good story, interesting characters with the beady. I really said meaty gameplay.
Okay.
And I said because I like story mode games, because if you play something like Smash Brothers, after a while it gets boring and you want to do a story or something. So.
Well, I can add on to that. Like, if you've got a character and he's just an end-of-level boss and you don't know anything about his backstory, okay, you just want to beat it for the sake of getting past that level. But if you get a backstory and you find out that guy's an absolute cretin, like he kidnaps and rapes girls or something like that, it gives you more reason to want to bash the crap out of him, you know what I mean? And you guys went silent. Great response. Great.
Yes.
No, you just said yep. Yep. Okay. Yep. Thank you. And this last one's from Cameron Hans.
Oh, is it really?
Are we going to do this? Are we really going to do this? Ask your own question.
Yeah, we'll do this question. And we'll do it.
You're right here now. You could just ask it.
But I thought, but my question.
All right, now we're gonna play his question, guys. This is no, this is so lame. It's you. Shut up. It's you with a puppet. All right, here we go.
Hello, it's me, Sonic the Hedgehog, and I've got a question for all of you on the Spacies show. My question is, now that the Sonic the Hedgehog movie, my movie, has done incredibly successful, and I never ever doubted it 1 second, well, what do you think that Sega are gonna do after the film? Do you reckon that they're gonna listen to their fans more when they make more games to make their games better? Or make more movies? I would certainly like that, because that would be way past cool. Anyway, that's it from me, Sonic the Hedgehog, and that's all for today, bye.
You finished? You done? Are you ready?
Yes.
We are back on the air. Hello.
Hello.
What is
everybody.
it? What is it with yours?
Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah. Okay. We've already watched a question. Okay. What is it with that Sonic? He looks like he got stung by a bloody bee. Look, his head is wrong shape. Even this one's a bit weird. That's the that's the Build-A-Bear. Look at Mario in the background. Look at him like, yeah, who is this peasant?
And this dude's head is all square. Look at him, he's all pushed in.
Sonic the Hedgehog staring contest, everybody.
Alright, yeah, anyway, enough of the plushies. Answer the question. Answer your own question, you egotistical maniac. Answer your own question, you egotistical maniac.
Well, I'd say yes, because the Sonic movie was such a success at the box office. Hopefully they could make several more, and I wouldn't mind a couple of spin-off films as well.
Yeah, but that didn't answer your question. Oh my god.
Yeah.
What are the characters? Like,
They could do a Tails. They could do a Tails spin-off film.
We could do Shinobi. We could do Alex Kidd, the motion picture.
Yeah, and we could do
Big the Cat.
an Eco the Dolphin movie.
Oh god, please no. Oh god, no.
You got that? It's called Free Willy.
With Kelsey Grammer, who was in the Dreamcast game, could come back and do his narration reprisal role.
Frasier.
Was Frasier? Hang on, what was Frasier voice acting?
He was the narrator in the Dreamcast game, Eco Tides of Time, or whatever it was called.
Holy.
I did not know that. I know he's in Spyro.
Yeah, but he's also the narrator in the Dreamcast game. Which
you just said that. I heard you the first time. Okay. Cameron Hans can't even answer his own question, said Game Boy Bryant.
I said a couple of characters.
Seriously,
already.
guys, you have missed the obvious, the big one. The one that could be done so well. And
not Alex Kidd.
No, shut up. You're doing it again. You're butting in before I even finished. Not Space Harrier. No, joking. Golden Axe. Golden Axe would make an awesome movie. Just saying. I just realized. It says in the background there. It looks like I've only got 2 people watching. It's actually 5. It's back to front. All 5.
Space Channel 5 would be fun.
Can you make a movie out of that? And it's
wait! You need to edit me running out here because I need to show you this.
He's going to get changed, everyone. Ladies and gentlemen, he's going to get changed into another costume.
There you go.
House of the Dead. That's awesome. The funny edition. Funny edition. That's a movie. That's not a game.
No, it's a movie based on the.
Was that an actual movie?
Yes, it is.
I need to see this movie.
The director's cut.
I need to see
this.
No, I need to see this.
Yeah, I never knew that existed myself.
No, neither did I. We've just had someone join.
Back.
Yeah, Mr. Casual. Yeah. Was it worth it? Was it worth it? What you just did?
Maybe no. I don't know.
I don't know. Actually, don't go there. Don't want to know. No. Keep it G-rated. Wacko also missed the children misbehaving. Yeah.
The children misbehaving.
I used to have one of those controllers, Cameron. That one's awful.
like those ones.
I haven't seen the green
like
one.
that one. That's...
Why not? Because it used to be good for only the racing games and nothing else.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is the show. It's good on you, Wacko Jacko. Yeah. We'll call Wacko Jacko Blister because he always arrives once the work's finished.
Yeah, sorry about that. I have to organise when my wife's at work because this morning I was she was going to leave me alone, but she's like, "No, go shovel some dirt." Okay.
Seriously? Okay. All right. Not my business. All right. Not my business. You call it shoveling. There's probably other names for it, but anyway.
Scooping, digging.
He's not
getting. You don't know, viewers. He's really part of the mafia.
Yeah.
I am from the mafia. Please do not tell our leader.
All right. This is the part where you boys tell us what you're doing next. Starting with you, Mr. Hans. Go. And I'm just going to go for a second because I've heard this speech before. What are you working on next, Mr. Hans?
Well, I'm not really technically a YouTuber because I don't make YouTube videos, but I am a musician.
It's kind of the point. You're a creator.
And I am in a band with Mr. Kaiser here, Mr. Emerald Rangers, pointing that way.
No, he's not.
He was.
And we are currently going to be working on our 6th album soon. It's going to be called Pirate Pandemic. And we are planning to record very soon. So that's what we're working on, the next Pirate Party the Band album. And hopefully we'll do some more Twitch streams with Mr. Emerald Rangers when he gets all of his stuff settled back.
Hang on, I just got to interrupt. That chair looks awfully familiar.
That's your chair. Chair.
And your cat scratched it up. Thank you, man.
Yes, Coco loves scratching it.
Yeah, if I knew that, I wouldn't have given it to you. But anyway, Mr. Jacko, what are you working on next?
So,
maybe a haircut?
I'm working on getting my internet fixed.
A haircut?
What happened was...
You didn't hear it.
Yeah, I did hear that. I know. It's been so long since I've had a haircut.
Dora, I'm in the same boat. Like, I don't feel comfortable going to the hairdressers in this current environment.
And well, that's the problem. Like, hairdressers are somewhat closed now, so it's kind of like I'm not gonna have a haircut for 6 months.
We're just gonna be like a nation of Muppets, you know, just walking around with hair. Cavemen,
Everyone's gonna have hair coming out their wazoo.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's never bothered Retrokaiser, I don't think, or this other clown.
So I plan on getting a haircut eventually. Getting my internet fixed because I think I signed up the wrong deal, which doesn't help. So I usually stream over on Twitch. My channel, Wacko Jacko, you'll find me there. And every now and then I'll do like just Splatoon montages every now and then. Yeah, I am a one-trick pony with Splatoon 2. I use one weapon only, so I do that. And Pokemon shiny hunting.
That's like Street Fighter. That's like Street Fighter fighters only using Blanker.
Well, that's correct. Except my weapon is not meta, so that's the fun part.
Sorry, shiny
hunting all the bugs. So my favorite typing of Pokemon in the game is bug type. So I've got to have every shiny possible of every bug that's in the game. So
how many have you got so far?
I'm about 28 from 35.
Nice.
Oh wow.
So So that's my current projects.
That's a YouTube video in the making.
It's a bloody stressful time though, like because you have to have the patience of a
very patient person. That was awesome.
Yeah. Jacko, the Mushy King.
Yeah, that's me. That's the guy right here. Yeah, so that's what I'm doing.
And ketchup. I mean, Retrokaiser. Retro ketchup.
Mr. Hines.
Mr. Yes.
Absolutely nothing at the moment because I'm busy looking for a new house.
There's plenty of houses. Oh, but you mean one that you can call your own? Okay.
Yeah, it's not like I'm gonna go into my neighbor Ted's office like, I'm still in your lounge room because I gotta film the Since Spacies podcast with him.
And they go, oh.
It's fine. Just do it. No one minds.
So, yeah.
I always say that when people go, I'm
Yeah,
going house hunting. What do you mean you're going house hunting? They don't move much. Yeah, exactly.
House hunting.
I'm gonna borrow your house. Let me borrow your house for a moment.
Okay. Anything else? No?
You can find my written work at www.emeraldrangers.com today, or you can see it down here in the Patreon shout-out things.
Yay.
And for me, after this, well, I'll do it tomorrow. I'm not going to do it today. I'm in a lazy mood today. After I edit this and post this up, I will do my State of the Channel video, which will then go on about what I've got planned for the month. Health-wise, getting back into it. This whole timing of the corona thing has just really bugged me because I was just getting healthy now to be able to get out and about and do some recording, and now we can't go out and about, so I'm gonna have to do other things instead. But I do plan on trying to get at least one more video per week from now to the end of this month, sorry. I need to get back in front of the camera more. That's basically my biggest challenge at the moment. So I had a bit of a set. Good on ya. You clowns. I did have a bit of a setback with the health a little while back, but it's back to normal. I basically did Pilates.
Pirate Pilates,
good one. And I overdid it, so I kind of tore something, and anyway, it's healed back up again. So I'm trying to, I'm trying to get back to normal, but it is what is that song? The road is long.
That song.
Okay, that's really weird. Where'd you get that?
It's those old Sonic X figures from 2006.
All right. Thanks for interrupting me while I was in the middle of my spill, but that's all right.
Ask Cameron to cause an interruption.
I know, for a change. But anyway, I don't want to bore you guys with a health update, but I thought I'd just let you know where I'm up to. So,
important. We care for you. We like to know how you are.
I've got some new ideas for some new videos, and I've got to finish off that Sega Mega Drive Ultimate Collection. I can't believe that's taken so long, and that was a decision to do all those videos on the fly. I was in the middle of doing the first video, and I said, I'm going to be doing each and every single one of... I regret that. It's just taken so... I'm up to... The next one's going to be the story of 4.
He's wearing the what's name mask. He's wearing the what's name. He's wearing the mask that's...
No, I know what it's in relation to. The death mask. It's the... Oh... Thank you for the cheers, Mr. Emerald Ranger! And why didn't my things go off? My lights have gone to sleep.
Yeah, it's nice to receive all my bits live on the air.
Thank you very much for that. Alright, we're drifting off now. What have we also got there? Game Boy Bryant says, do you have anything in place to make sure Cameron Hans behave himself when you have him back over in your house? Yeah, I've got a fly squatter, basically. Just hit him with...
I keep using the stream deck and you can't stop me.
No, keep him away, social distance away from the stream deck. All right, we're waffling on now, guys. Yeah, and I need a whip too. Exactly right, Game Boy Bryant. No, that would be
down, Cameron.
That's a wrong. That's a wrong type of video. Anyway, I'm going now. I think that's the end of this one. Hopefully, by the way, I'm hoping to get Game Top Hat Chat, Auburn Street, and maybe Top Hat Man himself, hoping to get them on for 16. So we'll see how that goes. If not, I'll have some other guests planned for the next one. In the meantime, my name's been Brian, and I've been gaming since Spacies. Thank you, guys. Bye!
Since Spacies.